Wow, I had a feeling something like that would happen. Hey my beautiful peeps, if you're new here, my name is Char and welcome to Char TV. For my existing subscribers, I appreciate you coming on back. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a recap on the couples that I usually talk about for the 8th episode of 90 Day Fiance. It is called Get Off Your High Horse. I'll be starting with Kobe and Emily. Kobe has been in the States for a couple of weeks and it has been a bumpy ride. They've been fighting a lot, especially in front of Emily's parents, and she does not like that. She's asked her mother to show Kobe what he can do to pull his weight, and especially that he's willing to contribute to the household. And Emily also wants her parents to see that Kobe is a great addition to the family. The mother takes him to the stalls, and right away Kobe is commenting on how it smells, because I guess it doesn't smell pleasant, and he's not accustomed to being around horses. He's asking the mother, are they gonna do anything bad to me? And she's like, no, you're gonna be fine.
I've never worked in a farm before with horses. This is the very first time. It's a new experience for me. Please, can you take them that way? Let me see.
Can I take them? Babe, they kind of do what they want.
Come on, Khaleesi.
I need to make sure that I'm very careful. Yeah.
You're so cute.
The mother is showing him the ropes and how to scoop the manure into the bucket because physically she can't do it anymore, and she figures, well, hey, Kobe is a lot stronger than she is. Emily said to Kobe, do you want to try it? And he said, of course. So here she goes with saying, well, get it in there and scoop it up. And Kobe said, keep calm, you know how he is. And she's like, well, come on. He said, are you the supervisor? And of course she said, yes. Emily's mother wonders if Kobe is happy because him and Emily have had a few arguments. And so she can't tell if he is. She appreciates him willing to help and thinks that it's a nice gesture because there's not a lot of people that are willing to help out. It's only a few minutes later and Kobe's already starting to grunt and groan.
Hey.
Here's the thing, manure is just chewed up grass. It's not gross like dog poop.
Back home, I worked in the poultry. My father owned a poultry. It was really very stinky. But a horse, it's a very big animal.
Here Emily goes again by saying, well, why don't you start with the bigger pile? Again, he told her to keep calm and just let him do what he's doing. She offered to help him because she felt like she needed to show him how to do it, even though she hasn't picked up a shovel in years. Kobe said that he doesn't feel like she needs to be around while he's working. And she advised that he needs to put more into the shovel. And then he said, well, what difference does he make? Because he's still doing it. And honestly, I felt the same. If he wants to take the longer route, well then so be it, as long as it's getting done. There's no need to create an argument over it. But then she said, well, don't you want to get it done faster? And that way we can hang out. Again, he told her to keep calm and just let him do his thing.
Babe, just scoop it in there. Why are you pulling it down?
Are you serious? It's like you want us to fight about almost everything.
Okay, stop talking and just do it.
He just want to control everything.
Kobe said that Emily is talking to him as if she's controlling or commanding him like she's his boss. He doesn't even know why she's there. And sometimes he feels that she just wants her parents to see that she has control over him. But he's losing his patience. Emily said that she's not helping him anymore and that he's being so rude. He said that he doesn't even need her help. I don't see him as being rude. From what I can see is a lot of criticizing from her for everything that he does. And didn't she make a comment about saying she hasn't done this in a long time? My girl, why not? You live there too. You should be helping out also.
Being rude? Can you just shut the up?
I cannot believe you just said that to me.
I'm here because of you. and I'm here because of our son, and I have to do this because of you. It's like
You literally just told me to shut the f up.
being dropped into a test where I need to prove myself to your parents. And
Kobe said, I don't need you here, I'm working. And Emily said, okay, well then F it. I'm not gonna be here if you don't need me here. She's just going to effing leave. Kobe then said that he doesn't need her and to F off. Emily stormed off and said, that's effed up and rude. Man, there's a whole lot of F-bombs in that scene.
I feel like I'm trying to help him, and he's like telling me to shut the f up. We only spent 2 months together before I got pregnant. So now I'm like, is this your temper? Like, if we get into it even bigger, are you going to keep telling me to shut the f up? And in front of my mom. Making me, like, second guess myself, I think. I've never seen that Kobe before.
Now, for those of you that are subscribed and know me a little bit better, y'all know I don't really curse a lot. But I can understand why he lost his cool. I mean, there's only so much one can take. Could he have expressed himself better? Yeah, he probably could. But honestly, I would have told her to hush too. Maybe not shut the up, but I would have told her, shh. Okay? I don't want to hear it anymore. Especially since she hasn't picked up a shovel in years herself. Let me know how you felt about this scene. Kobe doesn't really want to fight with Emily, especially in front of her mother. But her attitude and demanding nature, she's different from the Emily that was in China. And he's not happy. And with that, he's done with working for the day.
well, I don't want to look like an asshole, like, somebody who is being so rude. Like, she was just talking about everything I'm doing. It just kept like, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like maybe it's an American thing, and then I don't know how I can really like handle this, like women talking to a man has a feeling and stuff like that.
Emily's mother said she wouldn't look at it as a woman to a man thing. She would look at it more as a person to person thing. And she knows that Emily can be pushy and bossy, but said that her husband would have never said that to her. And she does not like the way that he spoke to her daughter. Kobe heads back inside the house and he sees Emily in the kitchen and says, hey babe. And she's like, hey babe, after you done told me to shut the F up in front of my mother? Do they do that in Africa? Kobe said to her that he was working and she was just going on and on. And how does she think that makes him feel?
Because I was talking to you. That's how
Does
that
that
made
make
you.
any sense?
Was
that funny,
you're not
really?
even listening to yourself. You're like, you were just there talking and talking. Like, yeah, I was talking to you. I wasn't like being rude.
How many times
you were
did I-
being rude. I'm confused because I'd never seen Kobe react that way.
What concerns her is the fact that Kobe still thinks it's okay. She wants him to be a husband that's going to be respectful and show their son how a man should treat a woman. Emily said that they're going to need to figure things out or it's not going to work between them. He apologized for what he said and that he was wrong. Now I think that he only says sorry because again she was going on and he was probably saying shut the hell up inside his head. She also apologized for being talkative to him while he was working. Now I am glad that they were able to talk about things and work things out. And I hope going forward the both of them can work on their communication skills. And that is pretty much all between Kobe and Emily. On to Jibri and Miona. They're getting ready for Jibri's big opportunity in Chicago. Now because they're going to Chicago, Jibri has to ensure that Miona gets her dream beach wedding. And he doesn't know how the heck they're gonna be able to afford it, but he had to go to Chicago. Jibri is looking forward to getting back into the studio, but he is concerned because he might have to mediate between Miona and David, since they do not get along. Miona is also looking forward to seeing Chicago because she does want to see more of America and visit all of the cities. And in Chicago, there's a large Serbian community. Miona doesn't want any conflict with David, but does not trust him. Jibri said that he's a good guy and David cares about him a lot. They've been through a lot together and she should give him a chance.
David and I, we've been through conflict. We've been through the ups and downs. He put me in a coma in high school. He was an immigrant from Serbia and didn't speak very much English, and I was making fun of his accent, and he kicked my head into a coma for 3 days. After that, I met a Serbian girl at a party, and we started dating. And 3 months later, I found out that it was David's twin sister.
Even after him and the sister broke up, him and David bonded over music, and they've been besties for 10 years. Jibri feels like he has to have a conversation and apologize to his bandmates for the lack of presence over the past couple of years. He feels guilty that he was focusing on his relationship with Miona, so the band took a back seat. And this is why the band is not too fond of her, because they blame things on her. I smell drama ahead. They arrive in Chicago.
Bestie Legendo.
Bestie, brate. What's up,
What's up, brother?
How you doing, man?
Good. You got a little taller?
A little, always. I'm growing, eating good.
You looking like Serbian Tom Cruise.
You know, so I like the jacket, man.
What's up, bro?
Love you, man.
What's up, man?
What's up, Miona? How you doing? You guys are matching. I see you.
What are you up to?
Man, I'm working, man. You see all these trucks?
Yeah.
So we just growing, making money.
When the pandemic hit, the band split up. David said to Jibri to come and drive trucks and make some money. So he decided to get his commercial license, and it was a great way to keep his mind off of things while the K1 visa was being processed. But plans changed once he got the interview, because they realized that they really needed to focus on their creative abilities, because that's gonna eventually make them tons more money than him driving a truck. Now they're walking around and David is pointing to trucks and said, "Hey, there is one right there for you, Jibri." Jibri said, "Nah, I don't want to drive a truck. I want to finish up with the music." David said, "We can finish the music, but how y'all gonna survive?"
We always survive. What are you talking about?
You gotta get in a place. You still staying with your mom.
You sound like my parents,
no job.
bro. You sound like my parents right now.
I'm just being real, man. I'm just saying, I don't want you to struggle. You know, I want you to succeed so we can do music without stressing.
It just sound like the safe route. It's not the only route. There's tons of routes, bro.
Yeah, tons of routes. There's struggle.
What's the point of doing it if it's not gonna make him happy?
I'm glad the money changed you. I'm glad you cool.
David said to Jibri, "You're not the same yourself since him and Miona have been together. He's different and prioritizes things differently." David went in a little more and said, "Hey, you said you made a bunch of music, but he's only heard a few things that he made." Miona piped in and said that she knows that he may think that she's a distraction and not the best for him, but she has his best interest. And she doesn't want him thinking like that because it makes Jibri feel bad.
I'm not trying to make him feel bad. I'm just trying to make sure that, you know, that you have his best interest like you said you do. You know, you just came here. Financially, I feel like he's probably paying for most of the stuff.
Why is that your business? You don't need to know that.
Yeah, but Jibri's my business. Jibri's my brother.
I don't like how he's talking to me. I personally don't care about his opinion.
David just wants to make sure his boy is good. The next day, Jibri is heading to the studio alone, and Miona is happy that she's gonna get some alone time, because now that Jibri has agreed for her to have her dream wedding on the beach, it's time for her to do some research. While researching, she's now seeing how expensive things are. Well, no kidding. This is why Jibri wants to save money, because weddings can be expensive. Now, if she were back home in Serbia, she would be getting help financially from her family, because it's one of the biggest events that one goes through, and they would have saved a lot of money for it. She's running into complications because the wedding has to happen quite soon, because they only have 90 days, right? But a lot of the places that she's contacting don't have the date available that she wants. Jibri arrives at the studio and greets his bandmates, and seeing them feels great. David wants them to get right to work and tells them all to put their phone on Do Not Disturb. Jibri says, "Well, let me just text Miona since he's gonna turn his phone off." David said, "Why? You don't have to do that. She already knows that you're here. You don't need to text her. Just put your phone on Do Not Disturb." Everything is getting to Jibri, and he feels like he's reaching his breaking point.
I want to focus. I just want to make sure that, you know, she's not like disturbing us, you know, like for not, you know, she's okay. Like she got everything she needs, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, stop.
Hey,
Stop, bro. Stop. No, fuck you up. Stop. We don't need to.
Wow, I had a feeling something like that would happen. I could tell something was gonna happen, because Jibri, you could tell he was losing his cool. And that is all between Jibri and Miona. On to Eve and Mohamed. It's the next morning after the fight between Eve and Mohamed, and she's feeling bad that her friends bombarded him. But at the same time, she does feel that there was a sense of control from him. She just wants to put that in the past and enjoy the morning together. Eve is going to take him to the mosque nearby because she wants to show him that she didn't mean to disrespect him and she does respect his beliefs. She's not sure what it's going to entail, so Mohamed told her that she's going to need to cover her hair to show respect. And that's it.
Have to, like, wear a hijab?
Yes. I'm really very excited for going to this mosque. I think by going to the mosque with me, Eve is going to see how beautiful this religion is.
I feel like I'm a nun or something.
He figures that Eve will understand why he was so defensive over the conversation that he had with her friends at dinner. And perhaps she'll be interested in becoming a Muslim. They arrive at the mosque and he tells her that she's going to need to remove her shoes so that they can enter. They greet the president and vice president of the mosque, and the vice president said that she's going to take her to the ladies section and show her how to pray. Eve is surprised at the segregation of men and women, and that made her feel uncomfortable because she's not used to it.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Islam is important to me because my life when I was a kid, my father was a religion man. We were going together to pray every single day. But my father passed away when I was 14.
His father was sick and went to the hospital, and after being there for a few days, he passed away. When Mohamed prays at the mosque, it reminds him of his father, and he hopes that he'll be able to be the person that his father would want him to be. Eve thought that the people at the mosque were very nice, and she's glad that Mohamed will have a Muslim community there. But part of her is worried that he'll expect her to convert to Islam.
And who knows, maybe this is the first step for you to convert to Islam.
I don't have any plans of converting.
I'm really disappointed that Eve doesn't want to convert to Islam.
Mohamed said that he was very open with Eve from the get-go about what he was expecting in regards to her clothing and other things. He said that she has to prioritize these things because he wouldn't marry someone that doesn't prioritize his needs. And maybe she needs to convert for their relationship to work out. Eve is leaving Mohamed home alone while she goes out to meet with her friend Tatiana for a bit. She's annoyed because she feels like he's guilt-tripping her. She has a lot on her plate, so right now she just needs some time with her friend. Mohamed thought they'd be able to spend some time together because her son wasn't home, so he figured that they'd be able to watch a movie and have a nice dinner. That was not the case.
Are you going to drink with your friend?
It would be nice to have a glass of wine, actually.
Really?
I told you once in a while I might want a glass of wine.
It's up to you.
I know that Mohamed is not used to women going out with their friends. I feel like this is something Mohamed is just going to have to get comfortable with because I don't want to feel like a guilt trip or control that I just can't go out and spend some time with some friends.
She reassures him that she will not be gone for long. Eve arrives at the restaurant and fills Tatiana in on Mohamed not being too chuffed that she was going out. Tatiana asked her if she was feeling overwhelmed and second-guessing things. She said she's not second-guessing anything, but feels like there's a rule for everything, and then proceeded to tell her about her experience at the mosque. She told Tatiana that she can't see herself converting because it doesn't make her feel good. Well, in that case, I feel like it's going to be a problem. Don't you? She then told her about the fight that they had on the way home because of the ladies grilling him with all of the questions. Tatiana told her that the questions were coming from a place of care. They want the best for their friend, and what they're hearing is concerning. And that is everything between Eve and Mohamed. Well, from what I can see right now, Mohamed looked like he's gonna take his behind back home before the 90 days because I don't see Eve converting at all. on to Ariela Biniyam. Today they're off to an MMA gym since it's Binny's dream to be an MMA fighter. Ari is a little concerned because the gym is quite far. It's about 45 minutes from where they live. So it might be hard for her to drive him there all the time because they have Avi, plus she wants to start working online. But they'll see how it goes. They arrive at the gym and take a tour. Binny is loving what he sees, but he's nervous at the same time to show his skill.
Jab cross. Right here. Good cross. Good. Good. Nice movement. Roll under bang. Good. Cross. Good power. 1-2. Good. 1-2. 1-2. Good. Cross. Nice. Let's go. Cross. Good work. Nice power.
Yeah, of course. Thanks so much.
All right, let's do it, man. It was a pleasure.
Ari wanted to know, well, how much training would be needed? The coach said about 2 to 4 hours daily. She's concerned because they only have 90 days and that 90 days should be used for their relationship and to work out the issues that they have. She's afraid that he's prioritizing his dream over his family, which could prevent them from getting married. Ari is dropping Binny to the gym today. For the past week, Binny has been training at the MMA gym for 2 to 4 hours a day. They've set up an amateur night for him in a couple of weeks. Ari is feeling overwhelmed because she's driving Binny back and forth, plus she has Avi and she has a remote job working for her friend's social media company. Between taking care of Avi, driving Binny to training, and working on her phone, it's too much. 3 hours later, Ari is back at the gym to pick Binny up.
So you didn't think to tell me that you would be training with a girl?
Hey, she's my friend. What's wrong?
Yeah, you didn't. Hey, you didn't. What's your name?
Hey, just talk to me.
No, I'm talking to her. What's your name?
Hey,
So you have full makeup on usually when you get out of my way. You didn't think that you would tell me that there was a girl here?
She have a competition, just we.
Right, but you didn't think you should tell your future wife that you're training with a girl?
That's fine, just
No,
practice
I'm
like
asking
something.
She repeated herself again and said, did you feel that you should tell your wife the truth that there's a girl named Melissa? Binny said that he forgot, and she was like, well, how could you forget? There's nobody else here. Every time she's been at the gym, Binny's been sparring with men. She didn't realize that he'd be training with women. And she comes today and she sees that Binny's all tangled up with a woman. He should have told her, but as usual, he didn't.
You think that my fiance should tell me who he's training with? That would be normal.
You got fights coming up.
I know, but do you think he should tell me that he's training with you?
Know what goes on in your house, so
Right, I'm
that's kind
saying,
of like.
but you, if you have a boyfriend, right? You tell him the people that you train with?
I don't have a boyfriend, but let me tell you something. This game, you gotta go with who you gotta go with.
Right, but yeah, you still wear fake eyelashes to the gym.
Now, my girl, don't be questioning them about it. Go and talk to your man. They're just trying to train. Melissa was looking at her like, heifer, I could rock your world. The coach said that he didn't want this type of energy at the gym. And Ari said, all right, and she's ready to go. They carried on bickering outside, and honestly, it was getting a bit too much. It was almost like a situation with Colby and Emily that I wanted to say, shut the hell up. Do you feel that Binny was wrong for not telling her that he would be training with a woman? Comment down below and let me know. That is pretty much all between Ari and Biniyam. That concludes my recap. I hope that you enjoyed it. After episode 8, there are a couple of exciting moments, but still I'm feeling, whatever. As for Jibri and Miona, I feel like David, he ain't gonna go anywhere. Okay, he's in Jibri's life forever. So I hope that him and Miona can get along because I also think that she ain't going anywhere. So hopefully they can learn to at least be cordial with one another. I was also surprised that David put Jibri in a coma and they're still friends. Like, listen, if that happened with me and one of my girls, you gone. But at least we won't have to listen to her go on and on and on about how much she wants a beach wedding because now she's gonna get her beach wedding. I'm just kind of glad that she realizes how expensive it is because that just justifies what Jibri was saying. They need to save money. Weddings are not always cheap. As for Ari and Biniyam, I feel like because they have issues with trust, it probably would have been a good idea for him to say, hey, I'm gonna be sparring with a woman, not to worry, to avoid what happened. And what I don't like about Ari is that she likes to have these kind of disagreements in front of others, out in public. If she was upset, okay, fine, be upset. But talk about it once you're at home, you know, in private. People don't need to hear about your personal problems. That's just my take on it. Let me know your thoughts on the episode and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed my recap. If you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. Hit that red button. It's a fun time in the community tab. Thanks for watching, my beautiful peeps, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.